Grand Rising. Hello. I just gotta make sure that I have my settings right. I was playing around with them, so I just want to make sure that I'm actually live and not just in a practice. But oh, hi Haley. Okay, cool. Not practicing. I am live. I just wanted to take a moment to hop on and just kind of share a little bit about my journey with drum medicine, why I was inspired to start working with drum medicine, why I'm so passionate about it, and why I continue to choose to share it. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate holding space with you guys, and so I think just to start, I will I want to show you the first drum that I ever wove. This is a really special drum to me. This is my moose drum, and I wove her with a lovely woman named Ursula. The first drum circle I ever attended was being hosted at her house, and I just really fell in love with drum circles, attending them, and having the experience of being in community and connecting with a sacred rhythm of the drums and listening to the circles, the shares in the circles, but most importantly, like listening to the sound of creation and like the heartbeat of the one drum and how beautiful it can be when there's 20-30 people in a circle all playing their own rhythm, their own beat, and how unifying it can be, how people sync up, how there's different ones, and just like that feeling of connection. When I first found that drum circle, it's hosted by Maricela. I will link her account in the comments here. She is really amazing, and the first drum circle I went to, it was hosted by her, and it was so phenomenal. I was just following my intuition. I was at the river with my dog, and I was on the phone with my mom, and I was walking down this trail, and all of a sudden my dog just like turned around, and I was like, I wasn't really done being at the river, and my mom was like, you should just listen to your dog, like follow his intuition, he knows best, like turn around. And so I turned around, and I actually ended up running into my roommate at the time, and we started talking at the base of the hill by the river on Sunrise, like by Red Bridge, where you like start to walk up back into the Fair Oaks Village. And while we were talking, this drumming started, and I was like so enchanted immediately. I was like, what is this drumming? Like I can just hear all of these drums and this rhythm and this sense of community, and I got really excited. And our conversation ended with my roommate, and my dog was like beelining it towards that drum noise, and I was like, where is this? Like I'm in a neighborhood in Fair Oaks, like what is this amazing sound? What is this community? Like I gotta be a part of it. And I ended up standing. I found the house that the drumming was coming from, and my dog and I were just standing on the street for like an hour. Like he just sat down and he's staring straight ahead, and I'm like, whoa, like what is this? This feels so profound. There's so much resonance in my soul. This feels like something that I've been a part of in past lives. I've got to be a part of this. Like how do I get to be a part of this amazing magic that I can feel emanating through the beat of this community drum song? And I was just enamored. I couldn't take my eyes away. I couldn't stop standing there. Like I was so enchanted by the way that the drum circle would like get really lively and loud, and there would be like and yipping, and like the beat would be racing, and then it would slow back down into this like really calm, rhythmic, like communal song, and then they would sing, and then it would get back and jovial and lively, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is pure magic. Like I don't know how to be a part of this, but I've got to be a part of this. And this woman came out of the house, and I was like, oh, I gotta ask her, but I was a little shy, and I was new to this journey, And I was scared to, like, interrupt her and, like, pop into her bubble, like, hi, I'm a stranger on the street just observing you, like, what's up with what you're doing? And she, like, got in her car, and I was like, oh, shoot, like, I missed my opportunity to ask her how to be part of this. And then she got out of her car, and I was like, oh, I had to go ask her. My dog, like, immediately stood up and started going towards her, and I was like, follow the dog. And I was like, hi, excuse me, what is this? Like, how do I be a part of it? And she was like, oh, this is a drum circle. Do you want to come? And I was like, yes. And so she brought me into this drum circle, and my little schnauzer Colonel, he, like, led me to the circle, to this little opening. It's like it was there just for me. And he, like, goes, I had, like, an extendable leash. He goes and he sits in the middle, dead middle of the drum circle, and he's just sitting there like, oh, I've brought her. She's arrived. She's exactly where she's meant to be. And I got to be part of the closing of that circle and really get to witness, like, the beauty of communal connection through drum and song. The heart coherence that happens in a space like that when you're all beating on a drum, singing songs, finding your own rhythm, connecting with the rhythm of the humans and the beings and the animals and the plants around you. Like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been so enchanted by anything in my whole existence. It struck me. And, yeah, Haley, it was my dog, my miniature schnauzer, Colonel Bogey, who passed away. He's the one that led me to drum medicine, and, like, I'll never forget the way he was standing there, like, he was sitting there looking at me, so proud of himself. He was like, I finally got her where she belongs. Like, he was so pleased, and I got to bring him to several other circles, and he became part of drumming, too. And it was just, like, a really, really beautiful thing. It, like, kind of brings tears to my eyes. I'm so grateful for him. He's such a beautiful spirit guide. And, yeah, he led me to this really amazing medicine that has completely changed and transformed my entire being. Every facet of my being has shifted since connecting in those circles and in that community. And, yeah, true spirit guide. He is always with me, and he changed my life for the better when he turned around on that trail, and my mom was like, just follow him. He knows best for you. Like, go with him. And, yeah, it was really special. I attended drum circles for over a year before I ever had my own drum. Sometimes there would be someone with a spare drum and I would get to play it, but truly I was just there for the spirit connection, the medicine, the community, the songs, the feeling of heart coherence, and the vibration and frequency that connecting with community and playing drums is. And every time I went, I was like, I gotta get my own drum. I gotta get my own drum. Like, yeah, so I'm being asked, name one aspect of your being which was transformed. For me, I was always a really spiritual being. I always had a connection with Creator, with my soul, with knowing that there's a higher guidance. But when I found drum circles, it kind of like, that was kind of like the beginning of my true spiritual awakening and journey. Like, I had never, Maricela, she leads a drum circle, and it's a shamanic journey. So part of it's a drum circle, part of it's a shamanic journey that she leads you on, which is like a really, really profound, beautiful, meditative journey, and each one is unique. She moves with the cycles of the moon, so each journey is tailored to the energy of that moon, the energy of the stars, the energy that she feels is the medicine for the community. And I had never done a shamanic journey or drum circling or anything like in a community like that before, like even just communal prayer. Like I've been in and out of churches, but I had never been part of like something that was so resonant and so strong. So when I found drum circles, I'd say the main aspect that really like transformed in me is it catalyzed a shift in my spiritual growth, my spiritual transformation, and who I've truly become now. Like the Ashlyn that you all have come to know through meeting me, through following me, through coming to gatherings with Sarah and I, like that woman has come from sitting with drums, sitting in drum medicine, and also like myself, of course, but that's like the main aspect of like what's truly transformed is learning that you can connect in community, in a communal prayer, in a communal heart coherence with frequency. It helped me learn the power of music too. I became way more mindful and conscientious of what kind of frequencies I was ingesting through music, what kind of songs I was allowing to play on the radio, what kind of mantras I was singing in my head because the chorus of a song was stuck in my head, things like that. It really like awoke me to the power of music as a healing modality. Thank you so much for that question. That's a really beautiful thing to ponder. I'm going to continue to ponder that and journal on that and share more of that because that's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. I feel like learning the healing modality of music through drum circles was like one of the biggest transformations and catalysts for me, and just learning the power of heart coherence and collective prayer together, coming together and sharing vulnerability, sharing about the experiences and shamanic journeys, and really connecting with animal medicine spirits. Animals are truly our teachers. We came here to learn from them on how to exist with nature and to coexist together. And I feel like when I sit with drum medicine, it helps me tune into the frequency and the animal spirit medicine that I need to. That's why I have various different drums and sizes. Like this is my moose drum. She's the first drum I wove. This is my deer drum. This is the second drum I wove, and I wove it with my mom and her partner at the time, and that was the first time I ever guided someone else to weave a drum, so that was a huge portal that I learned in. And then this is my buffalo drum that I wove most recently, and I sit with all of them at different times. I sit with my drum medicine anytime I feel called. Sometimes it's like 2-3 times a day. Sometimes it's once a week. Sometimes they sit like where I can see them all the time. They're always on display. They're kind of like on my altar. So I sit with them when it like calls to me. And each drum is really unique. Like this drum, she really, really, really loves to sing, in the garden. She likes to go get played in the garden and in the mornings with like a cup of tea, like really early morning, like 6 a.m. She's an early riser and she loves to do that. She's also like, I've had her the longest. She's gone on the most adventures. She's definitely taught me the most about how to quiet my mind and sit with the medicine of the spirit and sit with the medicine of the one drum and really trust that what's flowing through me is true, is intuitive, is for me to share. She has truly, truly helped me with that. I feel like I sit with drum medicine as often as I can, and also whenever I need it, and I also don't force it. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I should go sit and play my drum, but if it's not calling, that's okay. Like the medicine is still here. These beings, this animal spirit is still in my auric field. She's still sending me messages. I'm still receiving the guidance and the wisdom, even if I'm not playing the drum. I'm gonna read a couple of these questions really quick. Yeah, I've found so many humans that need this kind of connection and community too, and I've hosted drum circles, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to witness people like bloom and connect and start to feel comfortable with the community that you start weaving together. Do different sizes resonate with different energy centers in our bodies? I would say yes, and it's not just the size though, it's definitely the animal too, because if you look at this buffalo drum here, this is a 20-inch buffalo drum. I wove it with Cat of Crystal Rising, And she also wove a 20-inch buffalo drum with me that day. We wove together. Our drums are completely different. Mine's a different color. Hers sounds different. Like, they carry completely different medicines. And I feel like they resonate at different points in the body. So for me, it's hard to say, like, oh yeah, a 20-inch drum resonates at the root, because that might not be true for the same animal type in the same hide. Like, I think that's what's so special about drum medicine, is it's as unique as a human being. Like, just, even if I, like, take Kat's twin, she has twin daughters, and they are so beautiful and so resonant, and also completely different, you know? Like, you can have two twins, they can be born seconds apart, look the same, but they have such a different resonance and a different energy and a different medicine that they're bringing and sharing with the timeline. And I feel like that's how drums are. That's how the animal spirits are. That's how the frames are, because even the wood frames that these are made out of, this is a different tree than this one, you know? Like, the tree, that wood, that's part of the resonance too. And then you also have the opportunity to, you can weave, like, crystals into the handles if you want, and that brings a different resonance. And so I find that each drum resonates at different centers in the body, and sometimes the same drum will resonate in a different center of the body at different moments, right? Because that's the medicine that part of my body needs. But I do find that the larger the drum, the deeper the resonance. It's just more of a deep, and the smaller the drum, the higher the frequency. So it really, that does change. But I've also had, like, someone wove I think it was a 12-inch horse drum, so deep, super deep, deeper than my 14-inch moose. Like, so it's so unique. It so depends, because the hide can be different. Like, even on this drum here, the hide up here is thinner than the hide down here. So there's a different resonance just on this drum about where you play it from, which is really amazing and magical too, because, you know, like, our skin is thicker in some places than others, and that's true for animals too. So you're going to get a different pitch, a different tone, a different resonance. And that's why when I play my drums, they all have a north, so they all have, like, a direction that I prefer. Like, this is the direction they face up, but I'll rotate them so that I can play different resonance, different pitches, different parts of their medicine. I'm going to just read a couple more of the comments. Yeah, the real deal is weaving and creating something with love and respect and energy that enters the drum. That was huge for me. Weaving and calling in the animal spirit and your true self. When I first wove this drum, this is my deer drum, and I wove it with my mom and her partner at the time. And I was so new to my journey. I wasn't holding communal circles or spaces or anything like that yet. And I didn't know about, like, energetic sovereignty or energetic hygiene as much as I do now. And I didn't offer them any guidance. I thought, these are two adults, like, I'm going to show you how to do this thing. It's going to be super magical. And when I learned to weave my drum from Ursula, she had us connect with the animal spirit and connect with what our intention was for when we play this drum. She wanted us to connect with, you know, what kind of energy was going to resonate and vibrate out into the world every time we play it, because that is a thing, you know, you weave your thoughts and your prayers into this drum. I weave in a clockwise direction so that you're literally bringing that energy into the prayer. Counterclockwise is clearing, clockwise is like calling it in. So Ursula had us connect with the spirit, connect with our intention, and inscribe our prayers on the inside of the drum frame. This one, I wrote it in just a regular pen, so it's really hard to, like, see on camera. I don't even know if you can. But I inscribed prayers on this drum. And when I was weaving the deer drums with my mom and her partner at the time, I asked them to do that as well. I asked them to connect with the animal, with their higher selves, with their spirit guides, and with their prayers and intentions for how they want to walk upon this planet and what they want to play, what kind of prayers they want to emanate out when they play. And her partner wanted to write love and chaos, and I think that's really beautiful now with more awareness. But at the time I was like, what, love and chaos? Like, I don't know if I really think that like we should be beating chaos as a prayer into existence. And it really we had like kind of a discord about it, because I'm telling this grown man, like, are you sure you want to beat chaos into the world? Like, are you sure that's really where you want to resonate, is in chaos? And like, there's nothing wrong with chaos. I get there's a time and a place for everything now, but in that moment I was like, this doesn't quite feel resonant. Like, when I said write your prayers and intentions on the drum, I meant like, you know, like love and like, I don't know, prayers for humanity and peace. I didn't know what I meant, because I was just still learning drum medicine. But when I had that experience and I felt what it felt like, I felt the dissonance in my heart as I realized that I was helping co-create something that was going to bring chaos into the planet and into my mom's life, because that was her partner. It really, like, that stuck with me. That moment in time stuck with me, that feeling in my heart about like, whoa, this is a really sacred practice. This is a really sacred instrument. This is ancestral. This is something that across all lineages, all countries, all peoples, all cultures, we've had drum medicine, whether it be a frame drum or a djembe, like, or a mother drum. There's so many different types of drums, but we've had drum medicine for as long as we've had breath. Like, that is part of reality, right? And so when I sat with, you know, how important it is to be aware of that and conscientious, I really, it just sat with me. It stuck with me that that's his prayer, and that's a beautiful prayer for him, and that's probably exactly the medicine he needs. You know, he needs love and chaos. Like, that's his balance. And you're right, perception is everything, right? My drums don't beat chaos in, but his do. And there's balance, there's duality. That's like the beauty of life. But I really sat with that, and it stuck with me for years. And before I ever decided to share drum weaving with the public again, I spent months in ceremony and prayer with drums, with my drums, and asking them if it was correct for me to share this medicine, if it was okay for me to share this medicine, if this was my place to share this medicine. And how to do it in an integral way where in the middle of a weave, I won't get like caught off guard by something, or just feel like maybe the integrity and the sacredness is not being upheld. So in sitting with my drums every morning for several months, and in prayer and singing with them and asking them, how can I be of service? How can I share this medicine in a good way? I received the guidance to create a activation and a meditation for the people that are going to weave with me. And each morning I sat down with my journal and I channeled this activation and meditation that I share during the drum weaves before we ever begin. We sit in circle and we settle in, and I guide you to connect with your spirit, with Goddess, God, Creator, Source, and with the animal that has chosen to become your drum, that incarnated to live and die to become this hide, and to move through your life with you, to emanate your prayers, to share its frequency and its medicine with you. And it was a really beautiful process. It took me weeks to actually do. I sometimes would get like 2 or 3 words of the activation, and then it would be like, okay, that's it for the day. Like, come back tomorrow. And it seriously, it took me over a month to write this meditation. And then I put myself through the meditation for months before I decided to actually plan a public drum weaving and share it. And it has by far been it's like the pillar of drum weaving with me, is that activation and meditation and the intentionality that I try to bring awareness to of your thoughts, being really mindful of your thoughts as you weave this into creation, because every thought that you're having as you're weaving is now becoming part of your prayer, is now becoming part of your medicine that you're sharing with your soul and with the planet. And so I really try to be very intentional with the music that is played, with the words that are spoken, with the energetic exchange that is shared, and just with the reverence that is held for the spirit of drum medicine and for the animal and for you, for choosing to say yes to weaving a drum, for choosing to say yes to this journey and this challenge. Because for some, drum weaving is like super simple and their DNA and ancestry, just like they remember. And for some, it's a challenge and it's hard. And sometimes, like this drum, she took me like 9 hours. It was the longest weave ever. And she didn't want to be woven alone. In fact, you can see here, so that it's like kind of thin right here, but there's way more hide up here. I was really struggling. The frame had slipped and I was in the tightening phase, and the frame had kind of slipped, and the hide was actually right here. It wasn't wrapped around the frame drum, which is going to change how it sounds, how it plays. It's going to completely change it. I was really having a hard time with it, and Kat kept offering. She was like, I can help. And so we were both trying. And then she was like, I can bring my partner out. Like, he can really help with this. Like, he has strong hands. Like, he'll be able to shift the drum frame into the hide where it needs to go. And I was like, oh, I think I can get it. I think for like an hour. I was like, oh, I think I can get it. I can do it myself. And finally, when I decided to say yes to receiving help from my community, the drum started giving to me, and she started kind of shifting. And it took me, Kat, and her partner, all three of us, manipulating this drum to get it actually woven. And it was this huge lesson in accepting help from community, and also that we cannot weave alone. You know, there's always support around us. And but this was a really hard weave. All my other weaves had been like really easy. It was like just remembering it. And this weave was like, this was a challenge. This weave brought a lot of feelings and emotions up for me. And it was just a really special experience, a learning experience, and everyone's weave is going to be unique and different, and that's what I really try to bring awareness to, is just being mindful of what your thoughts are, what your prayers are, how you're moving through this experience, and recognizing that the challenges are the medicine too. Like, a perfect weave is amazing, and also a challenging weave is just as amazing. They're both potent, they're both sacred, they're both special, and I really, really try to instill that in people as you weave. That's kind of what's coming through to be shared. I'm gonna look through and see if there's any other questions that are coming through. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I just wanted to come on and just kind of share a little bit about my story, about why I'm passionate about sharing drum medicine, like why this is so sacred to me, why I keep continuing to show up and wanting to share it, wanting to hold these ceremonial weaves and help others connect with drum medicine. I do believe that there's so much potency and power to connecting with a drum that you've woven, simply because you've woven that prayer, you've connected that animal spirit, you called it in, it chose to be your drum. I do think that everything happens for a reason. I do believe that the human that is in the space where I order these drums from, that pulls it off of the shelf, they pulled off that specific hide because they were guided to to pull that one off, because that's the one for you, right? Like when I got the package with the 2 20-inch buffalo hides, like I immediately knew which one was Kat's. Like I just knew. It wasn't even a question of like, oh, which, I knew, you know? And so that's like one of those things where it's like that animal chose her to be carrying medicine through her, and they connect and they carry that medicine together, and it would be a completely different medicine for me to carry, because my medicine with that animal is not going to be the same story. That's what I think is so special about drums, about drum circles, about weaving a drum, and about any instrument, really. I mean, or anything, like even a plant, you know, you go out into the world and you connect with a plant spirit, you do plant communication, and you could walk up to a beautiful, abundant bush of St. John's wort and be like, hi, I'm Ashlyn, like, may I harvest you? And it's like, no. And then someone walks up immediately behind you and they're like, hey, what's up? Like, may I harvest you? And they get to harvest a bunch, and you're like, oh, not my medicine to carry, you know? And so I think that's like a really beautiful thing to consider when you are connecting with drum medicine or any medicine. Like the medicine that is meant for you will be carried through you, and trusting that process, trusting the divine timing of it all, and allowing your soul to weave with the medicines that this planet has to share and offer. Yeah, thank you, Haley. I'm so glad that you are a part of this, and thank you for sharing this space with me and for asking these questions. This has been really insightful. I'm totally gonna ponder how else drum medicine has transformed me. I think one of the biggest things also that drum medicine has transformed in me is really trusting my intuition and the intuitive songs that are coming from my heart. And leaning into like my light language, and trusting that the sounds that are flowing through me are flowing through me because they're meant to flow through me, and learning to tone and use my voice with the beat of the drum and with the support of the drum. Sometimes it can be hard to allow my throat chakra to just like truly open up and share. And my drums have really ignited a passion in me to sing, to share, and to sing songs that don't make sense in the human language, which is really fun and funky to play around with. And yeah, I think that's what drums have really, really helped me do. So I think that I will just go ahead and share a little song and yeah, show you how I kind of connect with my drums. So before I ever play my drum, I usually just like greet it. I say hello. I breathe with it. I offer reverence and gratitude. I usually connect with my third eye. Oh, hey, super short song, but I just wanted to offer that. I apparently am going to play my other drum now too, just kind of following my intuition. It's always really vulnerable to share drum song and my heart song on the internet. I am so much more of like in my garden, in a drum circle, in my own private world, singer and drummer. So yeah, but it feels correct to share songs right now. So I'm just going to be vulnerable and share a little bit, and yeah. And I do this too, the circling, to kind of just warm the drum up and to let them know and prepare them that I'm going to be playing them, activating the spirit, and really just like kind of feeling the hide, feeling if it's tight or loose, if it's dried out. I love this deer drum. Thanks for sharing this medicine with me, Amanda. I appreciate it. And for all that are viewing this in all spaces and times. And this is my moose drum. She is just my little special angel. I love her so much. My first weave, and she's taught me so much. She has taught me so much about just being, about allowing my heart song to flow. Like, my very first heart songs flowed with her. These two drums have the special experience of knowing me once I've already, like, pushed through the scary vulnerability and the fear of sharing my throat chakra. I think that's been a big medicine for me with drums, is activating my throat chakra and clearing away, like, the shackles that were around it from past experiences in this life and in other lifetimes where sharing my voice has not been received well, or has gotten me into spaces, places, and situations that were detrimental or deadly. And now I'm in this life, I'm safe to share my heart song, to share my voice, to activate the planet and the grid lines with my song and my voice. And this drum, she taught me that. She helped me feel safe in my voice. She has helped me feel safe in my song, and she has helped me ignite a feeling of connection with my intuition and my heart song, and to trust that even if I don't understand the words and the sounds that are coming through, that I do, because my heart is sharing them. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for this drum and the pulse that was within me to weave her, and that I said yes to weaving her with Ursula all those years ago, because it was such a special experience of intentionality. And I'm just so grateful. So this is my lovely firstborn. This is my moose drum. How can I be of service to you? What medicine would you like to share? I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, but you can really hear this drum has a lot of different, like, thicknesses and thinnesses. So she has a lot of different resonances, like those that sounds so different to my ears. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it does sound so different. Like, oh, you can hear it. Yay! You can hear it. Yeah, and that's what's so amazing about drums is, like, you asked, like, do they resonate at different points in the body? Like, yeah, they do. And one drum can resonate at different points of the body. And I really love playing with my hands, because I feel like you can really hear the different resonances when you're playing with your hands versus a drumstick. Like, I do have a drumstick. I always like to kind of be gentle with it first before I, like, really get into it. I don't know, playing with my hand just feels more aligned for me personally, more sacred, but there is a time and a place for the drumstick. It's like, so there you can get, like, a really consistent idea of, like, what a consistent, same spot, same pressure, drumstick, there's power in having the drumstick, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play with my hand, I just want to like, and you can really get loud with the drumstick too, like, get really loud. You can, but it's, see, that's a different resonance, a different tone, and like you can play the drum in different ways with different parts of your hand and make different noises, but you can also do that with the drumstick, you know? So it's like, it's all just a different experience. So there's medicine in playing with the drumstick, there's medicine with playing with your hand. Like, it's really a unique experience, and I really follow my intuition on like if I should play with the drumstick or if I should play with my hand. But I always recommend, like, once you've woven your drum, before you ever introduce the drumstick, play it with your hand a few times. Like, really get to know the drum with your hand. Like, there is something really intimate and sacred and special about playing a drum with your hand, and then finding the power of a drumstick and deciding like where you want to resonate in that moment, in that session. Like, this drum is super special. I feel like you can see the face of the deer spirit that this drum is. Like, I feel like you can just, like, you literally see her. I love that. I love that about this drum. And then here's this one with the drumstick, since we'll do the full circle experience here. So see, like, you can really hear there's a difference in the hide and how it sounds, and the tone and the frequency, the pitch that it's putting off right here sounds totally different than, like, it's just such a different resonance. And I believe that's because the hide is a different thickness. There's different you know, like, there's more hide on this side than there is right here. Like, I think that all has something to do with it. I'm not a drum scientist or anything, but I think that's my theory behind it, is that, you know, we have different thicknesses of skin. Yeah, you can really feel it in your throat chakra when you use the drumstick. It's like really, really resonant, and like throat and heart for me. It really, like, I like to play, when I play a drum over people's bodies, I usually use the drumstick. I feel like it really helps amplify the prayer and the clearing. That's something I use drums for too, is I use them for clearing a lot. I use them over my body to clear. Like, sometimes I'll just sometimes I use my moose drum a lot over my body for clearing, and I'll like, you know, just like really, I don't know, just have the intention to use it to clear, because medicine is, music is medicine, medicine is music. And yeah, so I use these drums to clear. I'll clear my house with them. Before I take a bath, I will, like, play a prayer into the bath water, like over the bathtub water. I will sometimes, like, if I'm going through and I just clean my house and I'm like taking some like smudge smoke or something, I will also go around then and play my drum and clear it. I will also use it to call spirit in. They're great for shamanic journeying, obviously, because you can get a really rhythmic beat to guide people in and guide people out of experiences. So, or yourself, right? I use it a lot for that. I just these are like little prayer vessels, and I feel like when you play them, they're amplifying the prayers, the intentions. They're amplifying it. They're calling it in with you. You're working with the spirit of the animal, the spirit of the tree that is the frame, and the spirit of you, and the prayers that you inscribe on the inside of the drum frame. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of see. Where I've inscribed, like, that's some Sanskrit prayers, and this one I think is the one that you can really see. So you inscribe, your prayers in here, and those are amplified every time you play, and you come up with these prayers on your own, and in the meditation and activation that I guide, and when you're sitting with your drums and you're just like, oh, I'm going to sit with my drum, and like whatever's coming through and flowing through, like that is being amplified by this beautiful, beautiful sacred instrument. And I feel so honored to have met with this medicine, to get to experience this medicine, and to carry this medicine and share it with others through weaving and through drum circles. So I do have an upcoming drum weaving ceremony on June 10th. The deadline to register is tomorrow, June 6th. So if you feel called to weave right now, now's a great time to register. And if you feel called to weave in the future, perfect. The timing will align exactly when it's meant to, when the animal is ready to be received by you and is here. You'll know in your heart. And for me, when I choose a drum, like a size or a hide, it's a really intuitive thing, and I go into my heart and I sit with my breath and I call in the spirit of the animals, and I ask, what size do you want to be? What kind of animal are you? Like, what medicine am I meant to be working with right now? How can I be of service to you? It's a really intuitive practice, and it's unique for every single person. So that's kind of how I decide on my drums and the sizes and the hides. It's kind of like just like this heart pulse inside of me that I'm trusting, and just really learning and leaning into that guidance and that heart pull. So, and if you would like to join me in a drum circle where we get together and play sacred instruments and share songs, I would love to start hosting that again. So, if you're interested, please drop a comment, and I will start organizing some drum circles where we can get together, and you don't just have to have a drum. You don't even have to have a drum to come. I've got 3, and so you can play one of mine. Also, I have other instruments. There's rattles and shakers, your voice, your hands. There's so many different instruments that you can bring. Pretty much any instrument that you have that you want to bring to a drum circle, a song circle, is welcome. So, I look forward to diving into that. That heart pull really came through just now, so I guess stay tuned for announcements on upcoming drum circles, because we're gonna do it. And so that's me and drum medicine and everything that's kind of coming through to be shared right now. Let me just check in and make sure that everything that wants to come through has come through. So if you ever, if you don't feel called to weave in a group setting, I do offer private ceremonies. That is something that's super special. If you want to organize a drum weave or a drum circle for an intimate group or a group of people that you know, I'm always available for that as well. And I do group weaves. I'm also going to be doing some upcoming camp out weaves where we go stay on land, and we We will use water that is from the land to soak the hides and spend 2 days in full ceremony, communing with the land, with the animals, with the drums, and sitting around the sacred fire, sharing our experiences, and just connecting and weaving. So yeah, that will be coming soon as well. So just stay tuned, and yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Thank you for all who tuned in live. Thank you for all who are tuning in the ethers later on in the other timeline of not live. And yeah, just so much gratitude, and just sending these prayers out to you. Hi, Jasmine. I am just sharing about drum medicine. I will be saving this video and uploading it so you can tune in if you're interested and kind of listen to what else I shared. I just shared some drum songs, my journey with drum medicine, and how I found drum medicine, how it's impacted me. And yeah, you can tune into the full recording of this. It'll be on my page. And if you ever have any questions that you would like to ask about drum medicine, about drum weaving, about my journey, about just anything, if you have any questions ever, please reach out. I'm always happy to talk about drum medicine, share drum medicine, and connect people with drum medicine. This is truly my passion. One of my big purposes and missions on this planet is to help people connect with the one drum that beats within all beings and all living things. So yeah, thank you, and I will look forward to connecting with you in DMs, in person, in drum circles, in weavings, and I am just beaming you so much love, so many blessings. May this smoke carry our prayers to the ethers, to the heavens, to the cosmos, and may you all receive this in love, in harmony, in well-being, and light, and may we all walk forward on this planet in a good way. Thank you. And so it is. Aho. Blessed be.